distance, reservoirs behind us, and there's a fun-filled weekend in front of us.
This is definitely not a footpath.
Now we've been walking for an hour. It's a bit freezing, but you know, it's not raining, so it's all good. Again. Isabel's in a bad mood. Let's go have a look at Isabel. Oh, we don't know where we are. That's also very great. Well, we know where we are. There's no fun. This is a very sad moment for the team. James was walking over the peat bog and unfortunately his shoe fell, or rather sunk, into the bog. We've just arrived at the campsite. It's now 6:15, so we're just going to get our tents up, have something to eat, probably have a shower. That's it.
Oh no. Oh, it's stuck as well. It's stuck.
It's stuck. Ella, move it opposite way to the way you've moved it. There we go.
Hello.
Don't panic now, G. It's going to be okay. Ella, no. Okay, go for it. There was a body found on the moors at DofE Reservoir and no one knows how it got there. The body was found at 10:30 on the 12th of December by a cyclist on his normal Saturday ride.
The man was found with little possessions, £130 in £10 notes, a single from Ealing Broadway to London and a return ticket from Manchester to London.
He travelled by train from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly, where he was seen on CCTV to stay for 45 minutes.
There's a missing hour. The man is next seen in Greenfield at the Clarence pub by the landlord, whom he asks for directions, quote, to the top of the mountain.
Unusually, it is said that his cause of death was strychnine poisoning, which is said to be particularly unpleasant as it causes nasty convulsions.
The strychnine was contained within a thyroxine sodium container, which the police found to have been distributed by GlaxoSmithKline in Pakistan.
During the post-mortem, a titanium plate was found in his left femur. This batch was also distributed in Pakistan, leading the police to think that was where he was from.
The man was laid parallel to the path in unsuitable gear for hiking. No waterproof coat and slip-on shoes.
One of the theories about the man was that he was a survivor of a plane crash in 1949, where a BEA flight DC-3 crashed in the area where he was found. This was proven to be impossible because there was only one of the eight remaining survivors alive, and he had never returned to the site.
Another theory is that he was an international spy. This theory was formed by an Australian news site.
Or was it just that the medicine bottle had been tampered with? Did the man know that the strychnine was in there?
The man is still on the missing persons list. Will we ever know what's happened? taken a turn a bit too early because the path that they were on, well, it didn't really exist. It wasn't really a path, it was more just a series of mounds. So we've clambered over that. We're all incredibly exhausted now. I think Niall actually fell asleep at one point. But now we've joined the Pennine Way.
So we have just scrambled up there, as you can see, and now we're going along the Pennine Way for a tiny bit more, then we're going to change paths. This is Moorland Made Easy. This bit's a little bit hairy.
Shall we learn from James's mistake?
Yeah. Well, I just fell in this bog over here, came up to about nearly my top of my thigh. Taking my waterproof trousers off, luckily that spared the worst of the mud. Now it's strapped to the outside of my back.
It's very heavy. That's the main offender.
I did bring quite a lot of mud out with me, to be honest.
There it is.
Thankfully Georgia saved me. We're all
The hero of the hour. We're not miles away from the campsite now.
We're at the campsite, it's 8:30. We've been here since about 6, 6:15. We've had a shower and some tea and now we're going to bed.
It's alpaca at the campsite.
They're like little sheep giraffes, which is always pleasant. It is with a very heavy heart that I must sadly tell you that we have lost one of our loved team members. Niall Lockwood has departed from the group and gone home. He is ill and we will not be seeing him again for the remainder of our expedition. We're very sad about this and we hope that he recovers to his full health quite quickly.
Dubbed the Bermuda Triangle of the Northwest, Dark Peak has been the site of over 50 plane crashes between the 1930s and 50s, resulting in around 130 deaths.
Around here in July 1945, a plane was found crashed into one of the hills by 2 walkers. The plane was only found 9 weeks after it had crashed due to the difficulty in locating aircraft at the time. In May 1945, 10 days after VE Day, a Lancaster bomber from the Canadian Air Force crashed on the moon not far from the other crash site. It was on a training exercise and was due to fly home in just 4 weeks, and it was looking for its position when it crashed onto the top of the moor.
On the 22nd of July 1954, on this very hill, 2 RAF planes collided and crashed whilst descending through the clouds to try find their position. They clipped the top of the hill. Unfortunately, there were no survivors.
Passed over Kinder Egg and we're now heading to Pim Chair and Crowded Tower. We all can't wait to sit down on the chair.
Arrived at the campsite eventually after a difficult afternoon, a very long short scramble, and yeah, now and now we're here. It's just gone 9 o'clock, so we're going to go to bed.
It's day 4, our last day. It's very sunny. We're going from Edale to Glossop today, and when we get to Glossop we get to get the train home, so we're all feeling pretty good.
Now, but you can see where we walked along yesterday, top of the hill.
We have just climbed up this big hill. We started off down in the valley right down there, right at the bottom, and now we've come all the way up here. We've climbed about 200 metres over like not a very long distance, so we're a bit tired. It's quite a warm day.
We just slid all the way down there and it was fantastic. Ghost flyers.
April 1995. Retired postman Tony Ingle was walking his dog when he noticed the sun had been blocked out by a propellered plane. No one around seemed to be falling, and it went down behind a hedge about this tall. He ran to the field and it was empty. His dog then refused to ever go into the field again.
In March 1997, on a clear day, lots of people were walking on the moors and then they saw an aeroplane crash. However, after 100 volunteers and the police went looking for it, nothing was ever found. We've just come up a tricky bit of path, but we're at the top of the hill now. We were here yesterday, we went up there yesterday, but today it's all downhill from here and then we're in Glossop.
We've just stumbled across this plane crash. We didn't know it was here, but there's actually quite a lot of wreckage left. I think over here there's a bit of engine. There's the engine. Quite a lot of broken bits of metal. Glossop, now we're on the train home. Everyone's looking quite tired. Probably be another hour, but at least before we get back. So, but we finished